is the Schmo on the go. What's up, party people? How we doing? This is the Schmo inside the Schmomobile. We're heading to Sweet Dreams Jamahal Hill's home. He will be the first pro we interview inside the Schmomobile. The Schmo on the go. This is the Schmo with the pro, with the first ever champion in the UFC from Dana White's Contender Series, the #1 ranked UFC Light Heavyweight, the best basketball player inside the UFC, Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill in the flesh, the backseat of the Schmomobile. How we doing?
I'm doing great, man. You always do good with the intro, Schmo, but just number one ranked light heavyweight just don't seem right to me. True champ. The true champ.
True champ. You just vacated the belt. You were just letting it sit idle for a little bit so you get that opportunity to hold it up again.
Just had to have a steward sit on the throne for a little bit. I wasn't well.
There it is.
I believe there's a policy, right? Whenever the president gets sick or he's dealing with some stuff, vice president takes over for a while. Although he is acting as the president, he is not such.
And this is Potan Alex Pereira you're speaking of?
100%. Exactly.
Well, talk to the Schmo for a second. The bombshell has been dropped. Dana White announced it after UFC 298 that you will be headlining against Alex Pereira, UFC 300. Finally, man.
Yeah, man. That was, it's crazy, bro. It came together pretty quickly, but I guess whatever they had in the works that they wanted to promise the fans that they didn't see coming, that fell through. So they gave them something they knew was gonna be fire.
It certainly is fire, but what do you make of all the noise since the announcement's been dropped that you'd be headlining 300 against Potan?
I think that's what a lot of the noise was just like what they were expecting based off of what he said. They were expecting something that they didn't see coming, something that was just like, that they weren't expecting. Me and Potan, me coming back, everybody knew I was coming back. Everybody knew that eventually I would fight Alex. So I guess that was kind of more so of that.
Were you expecting to fight him at 300 or would it have been 301 May 4th in Brazil?
Originally, the plan was to fight in Rio at 301. But plans changed. Call was made, and here we are now, headlining 300.
And he's recently said that he would like to still fight at 301, but you do what you do. He still can't fight at 301. He can't make that 3-week turnaround.
It's a funny statement to me. That's a funny statement to me. If you think you won't take any damage at all, even if you were somehow to win, the fact that you think you would take no damage is crazy.
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 Well, talk to the Schmo for a second, man. How we feeling right now? You've been training the past couple of weeks. You're ready to go, and you're confident you're going to get your hand raised, and that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, 100%. I flew my guys in. They came in immediately, right after. Just like they supporting the Schmo, that's how they support me. They show up, and we've been at work.
Great team guys.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%.
After you became champion over there in Brazil, UFC 283, you beat Glover Teixeira. In his corner was Potan. He was sizing you up. He certainly was back then. Did you know back then that you'd be facing that guy one day?
I didn't think he was sizing me up. We literally was just shaking hands. It was one of those moments that got slowed down online, so it looked like it was more than what it really was. But yeah, I figured it would be maybe a possibility one day because just the size of the dude, pause, major pause, and just the fact that he's fought and at kickboxing, he did the same thing. He went up a weight class. I was hearing that the weight cut was hard on him, and yeah.
How are you going to make sure that his calf kicks aren't going to be effective and you're going to avoid those?
I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna come out. I got a game plan. We're still building. Well, we got my striking coach. He has some personal things that he had to tie up, and now he'll be in soon, and Yeah, bro. We're just gonna all sit down. We're gonna do what we do, get after it, and get to work. I already, for the most part, I see what I need to see and where, you know what I mean, the line I need to walk and everything like that. But yeah, bro, we gonna get him right.
On your fight card, UFC 300, you're going to have Rakic fighting Jiri Prochazka. Do you think the winner of that fight is most deserving to be next in line for the title?
I think the winner of that fight, depending on how they win, definitely puts himself in a very, very good spot. Yeah.
Puts himself in a good spot.
Yeah, put himself in a very, very good spot for, yeah. I mean, you can't really argue it. You won't be able to argue that they should deserve a title shot after that. Depending, well, this is depending on the show that they put on. Like, if we saying like they come out first round knockout, second round knockout, or just a dominant beat down performance, that's putting yourself in a good spot.
Before your name was thrown in the mix, people were talking about Tom Aspinall fighting Alex Pereira. Probably Alex Pereira going up to fight Tom Aspinall. Did you ever see that fight happening?
Nah, I never saw that happen. Just for this, like, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. And then I know, like, from what I hear, Alex has been like traveling. He's been like moving around and things like that. So fighting up a weight class, a heavyweight, off of like just, we'll say, free weight, just like freely eating, freely drinking, whatever. I don't think he ain't gonna do that. He gonna want to put on muscle or whatever if he does go up and take that challenge.
Is a guy who always comes forward and brings it to every single fight he competes inside. What version do you think we're going to see of Sweet Dreams? Because you've never been on the shelf this long in your career.
I think you see the best version. I think you see the best version. I'm in really good shape, despite what what a lot of people think. I've been working out this entire time that I've been out. You know, I implemented that into my recovery, and it's paid off and it's worked well. I don't feel too much different because I'm already putting the rounds in and everything like that in sparring and in rolling and things like that, and I feel great. So we just got to keep building. Just keep building from this and from here. And with it now ramped up in the camp mode, I think I'm just going to react and snap into my mode like I always do.
Sweet Dreams Nation.
Touch him up University. He going to the U. That's the thing, man. They keep talking about is the student avenging the teacher and all of these things. What is the teacher and a student to a dean? Come on, classes in session.
Classes in session.
Classes in session.
That's what it's all about. What do you make of the backseat here of the Schmomobile, Sweet Dreams?
I told you this was strange. This is very, very plausible, and I'm gonna pause you on that, just because you should have paused yourself on that. Yeah, go ahead, take you a hot cup soup. You know? Yeah, wash that down because that was crazy. That was crazy small. But you got yourself a nice little ride here. Nice little ride here.
Yeah, we'll give you a ride around town in the Schmomobile. It's a victory parade, yeah?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you always trying to talk me into Smo.
Like what?
The fuck the pause, black balls, what is it? What? Hmm. Mm-mm. That ain't it, Schmo. That ain't it, Schmo.
The boba. That stuff was legendary. Still is.
Gross. I'm trying to find the words. Gross.
It'll grow on you.
It won't.
One day. Could we get a final message for all the Sweet Dreams fans out there worldwide?
Sweet Dreams Nation, you already know how I'm coming. April 13th, these hands going to work, these legs going to work, and I'm going to work. And we're gonna see how Stone stands up to the Lion.
There it is. He's the pro. I'm the Schmo inside the Schmomobile. We're out. We're in the bed of the Schmomobile. We got the Sweet Dreams Nation team right here. Guys, gentlemen, appreciate you coming down from Michigan here to Las Vegas. You didn't make Sweet Dreams go back to Michigan.
Not this time. No, he drug us out here. So he didn't want to get in that Michigan weather this year. So he said, come out to Vegas and let's start the camp. So here we are.
When do two-a-days begin?
They already started.
They already started?
Oh, yes, sir.
What do they look like?
We either do some sparring or some grappling in the morning, and then we switch it up and do sparring or grappling at night. A little strength and conditioning also.
When you're rolling with this guy on the ground, a lot of people haven't seen Jamal's jiu-jitsu. He hasn't had to show it. He knocks people out. But when you got a guy like Potan, who's a kickboxer, who hasn't really been tested on the ground, do you feel like this is an advantage for Jamal when he comes inside the cage, knowing that he could put this guy on the ground and keep him there if he wants to?
Absolutely. I mean, Jamal hasn't had to use his ground game, in a lot of his fights. I mean, even the Glover fight, Glover got Jamal down. He got mount on Jamal. Jamal escaped, put Glover down on his back, and held Glover down and pieced him up for the rest of that round. I mean, Potan's doesn't want to deal with Jamal on the ground, period. I mean, we're gonna train for it just in case, he wants to try to do something different. I think once he realizes the power Jamal has, and once he gets stuck a few times, he might try something crazy going to the ground. But if he does that, he made a mistake from there too, and he'll probably get choked out. So.
Guys, this is the biggest fight card to date in UFC history, UFC 300, and your guy is headlining. He is the main event. Has it all soaking into you guys yet what this all means? You're part of history.
This is going to be legendary. It's not really sunk in yet, but he's main event Maul for that specific reason.
Yeah, to me, it really hasn't sunk in. It doesn't really sink in, I think, till fight week. Once we get to the hotel with the UFC and all the press conferences and stuff are going on, that's when it kind of sinks in for me. To me, it's just I focus on one thing right now, and that's getting Jamal ready for the fight. Period.
And what are those final moments like before he gets up inside the cage? He's getting greased up, the Vaseline on the face. You hug it out. You hold on to his clothes. What are you saying to the guy?
Just like I told him last time, go take what's his. I mean, that belt is Jamal's at the end of the day. It is what it is. When he got an injury, he had to vacate it. But at the end of the day, that's Jamahal Hill's belt. And when he gets up in that cage, the last thing I say is take back what's yours.
Phil Collins in the air tonight. That's what was playing in Brazil when he became the champion. Any insight to what's going to be playing, or you don't know yet?
I don't know yet. I'm sure it'll be something amazing.
There it is. Final thoughts.
That's it.
That's it.
Sweet Dreams Nation. Watch out, everybody. He's coming for that belt.
Thanks for holding down the fort. You're keeping this truck bed safe.
No problem. Happy to help.
We're out.
The Schmo on the go.